Universal Studios, producer, director, Mrs. B, Scene 1. Hello, boys and girls around the world. Yes, my name is Mrs. B, and I'm a teacher in the United States. I'm so glad that you're able to join me today for a very special read aloud. But before we begin, I have a hello song just for you. And this is how it goes. Hello, boys and girls around the world. Hello, boys and girls around the world. How are you? How are you? I'm glad you're here to read and learn. We know we'll have some fun today. We love school every day. And so will you. I know, Mrs. B, please stop singing. You have a terrible singing voice. But I so wanted to share a song with all of you boys and girls. The book that I've selected for today's read aloud is called Click, Clack, Moo, Cows That Type. Boys and girls, this book was written by Doreen Cronin. She is the author of this book. And the person that drew the pictures is called an illustrator. And that person is Betsy Lowen. And boys and girls, the words click, clack, and moo are onomatopoeia words. I know it's a big word, but another meaning for onomatopoeia words are sound words. And boys and girls, this is called the front or the cover of the book. And if we turn it over, this is the back of the book. And it looks like there's a hen on top of the cow. Let's turn it back to the front. Boys and girls, this book won an award. It's the Caldecott Honor Award. So many boys and girls around the world enjoyed reading this book. And boys and girls, before we begin reading it, I want you to look at the title again. And look at the picture closely. What do you think that the story is going to be about? Yes, I see cows. I see a duck. I see a hen. But boys and girls, I see a typewriter. Now, boys and girls, do animals type? So this book is going to be pretend or make-believe, so it's going to be fiction. So when we say, what is the genre? It's fiction. Nonfiction would be real. It could happen in real life. So this book is not possible to happen in real life because animals can't type. Before we begin the story, boys and girls, I have some things that are on a farm. Let's see what things are on a farm. Can you help me? Who is this? A farmer. And what is this? Tractor. And what is this? Barn. And who is this? Meow. Cat. Good job. On some farms, I know that we don't have any of these, I don't believe, in the state of Michigan, but we can have an alpaca. And there is a beautiful alpaca. And who is this? Ruff, ruff. Arf, arf. A dog. And here is a duck. And what does the duck say? Quack, 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 quack. And here is a chicken with baby chicks. We can also see on a farm a goat, horse, neigh, a pig, oink, 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 and a donkey. We can also see a cow, moo, 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 sheep, turkey, rooster, cock-a-doodle-doo. Boys and girls, I want all eyes and ears on Mrs. B, because boys and girls, reading means understanding the author's message. Not just about calling out a bunch of words. If you cannot answer comprehension questions after you have read a page, then you have not truly read anything, boys and girls. So I want you to pay close attention, because Mrs. B is going to ask you questions throughout the story. And then at the very end, I have two activities that you're going to do with me, Mrs. B, and then I have one activity that you can do at home with your family. Shall we begin, boys and girls? Boys and girls, when we read, do we read left to right or right to left? We read left to right. We go to the next line and read left to right. Go to the next line and read left to right, left to right, left to right, and left to right. Farmer Brown has a problem. His cows like to type. All day long he hears click, clack, moo. Click, clack, moo. Clickety, clack, moo. And boys and girls, those are all sound words. And there is Farmer Brown. And he has a problem, boys and girls. I wonder how we're going to solve this problem. At first, he couldn't believe his ears. Cows that type? Impossible. Click, clack, moo. Click, clack, moo. Clickety, clack, moo. And there is Farmer Brown running towards the barn. Boys and girls, let's make a prediction, shall we? Let's guess what's going to happen next in the story based on clues in the words and pictures to predict what's going to happen next. And making predictions right or wrong, boys and girls, it was what good readers do. Do you know that Mrs. B has made so many mistakes or guesses on what's going to happen in the story next? But that just makes me a better reader, and it will make you a better reader too. So put your thinking caps on, boys and girls. Then he couldn't believe his eyes. What do you think was on the barn here? A note. And the note is from who? The cows. It said, "Dear Farmer Brown, the barn is very cold at night. We'd like some electric blankets. Sincerely, the cows." And there is Farmer Brown reading the note from the cows, boys and girls. Who are our characters in this story? Boys and girls, characters can be people or animals. Farmer Brown is a character. And who else? The cows. And they're going to be other characters too that we're going to see in the story. Now, what about the setting? Where does the story take place? On a farm. Good job, boys and girls. You're paying attention. It was bad enough the cows had found the old typewriter in the barn. Now they wanted electric blankets? No way, said Farmer Brown. No electric blankets. So the cows went on strike. They left a note on the barn door. Sorry, we're closed. No milk today. And boys and girls, Farmer Brown needs his animals to produce what they are used for. So the cows are used for producing milk. And if they don't do that, then Farmer Brown is going to go hungry and starve. That's how he makes his living, boys and girls. And here are the cows and the note they left for Farmer Brown. How many cows do you see? 1, 2, 3. Can you show me 3? Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. No milk today, cried Farmer Brown. In the background, he heard the cows busy at work. Click, clack, moo. Say it with Mrs. B. Click, clack, moo. Clickety, clack, moo. The next day, he got another what, boys and girls? What did Farmer Brown get? He got another note. Dear Farmer Brown, the hens are cold too. They'd like electric blankets. Sincerely, the cows. So boys and girls, Farmer Brown and the cows are our main characters. But you'll also see a duck and some hens and probably some other animals on the farm. They're characters as well, but not the main characters. The cows were growing impatient with the farmer. They left a new note on the farm door. No eggs? Cried Farmer Brown. In the background, he heard them. Clickety clack moo, clickety clack moo, clickety clack moo. And there are the hens. They're on strike too, boys and girls. All of them. Cows that type. Hens on strike? Who ever heard of such a thing? How can I run a farm with no milk and no eggs? Farmer Brown was furious. Boys and girls, the word furious means he is mad. Farmer Brown got out his own typewriter and he typed a note for the cows and the hens. And this is what it said. Dear cows and hens, there will be no electric blankets. You are cows and hens. I demand milk and eggs. Sincerely, Farmer Brown. Demanding. I don't know if that'll work, boys and girls. And there is Farmer Brown typing on his very own typewriter. Duck was a neutral party, so he brought the ultimatum to the cows. So the duck is carrying that note over to the barn animals. And there is Duck. Quack, 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 quack. I wonder what the animals are going to say when they see and read that note, boys and girls. The cows held an emergency meeting. All the animals gathered around the barn to snoop, but none of them could understand moo. All night long, Farmer Brown waited for an answer. Do you think he got an answer from the animals, boys and girls? Yes or no? Let's see. Duck knocked on the door early the next morning. He handed Farmer Brown a note. I wonder what the note will say. Dear Farmer Brown, we will exchange our typewriter for electric blankets. Leave them outside the barn door, and we will send Duck over with the typewriter. Sincerely, the cows. Do you think the farmer is going to go along with this and give them electric blankets in exchange for the typewriter? Yes or no? Let's see. Farmer Brown decided this was a good deal. So this is a good idea, boys and girls, so that we can have peace between Farmer Brown and all of the animals. He left the blankets next to the barn door and waited for Duck to come with the typewriter. And here are all the electric blankets to keep them warm. So compromise is good. It's when you give a little, the other side gives a little, and you come to an understanding. The next morning he got a note. Dear Farmer Brown, the pond is quite boring. We'd like a diving board. More? Sincerely, the ducks. Click, clack, quack. Click, clack, quack. Clickety, clack, quack. Are the ducks going to get a pond? Yes or no? They have a pond, boys and girls. They want a diving board. Have you heard of ducks jumping off of a diving board into the pond? No siree. Oh, boys and girls, Farmer Brown is a nice man. He gave them a diving board so they can do a dive into the water. The end, boys and girls. What did you think about this story? Click, clack, moo, cows that type. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you did not like it, give it a thumbs down. Hey, I gave it a thumbs up too. I really enjoyed sharing this story with all of you. Boys and girls, let's see how you are paying attention. Here are some characters from the story. Let's see if you know who they are. Let's start over here. Who is this? Farmer Brown. Who is this? Quack, quack, quack. The duck. And who is this? The hens. And who is this? Moo, moo, moo. The cows. Good job, boys and girls. Now, I want you with your families to do an activity. And that is, I want you to make your very own farm animal book. So boys and girls, I want you to fold many sheets of paper in half. And then on the end, I need you to staple your book. And boys and girls, you can put the title of this book on there if you want. So parents, grandparents, older brothers and sisters, you can write the title out and then your child can copy it onto their book. Or they can just say, my farm animal book. And on each page, they can draw or they can paint, because Mrs. B loves to paint. So they'll need a paintbrush and several different colors. And then on each page, they can make an animal, draw an animal, and below that, they can write the name of the animal. So again, on another sheet of paper, you can write the word for the animal, and then the child can copy it into their book. When they're done, they can show all of the family members their masterpiece. And then if they go to school, they can show their teacher and their classmates during show and tell. Boys and girls, I have one last treat for you, and I wonder who it is. No, it's not Siberian Tiger behind Mrs. B, but somebody is visiting us and visiting Mrs. B in her mini classroom. This is also my office, and I live in the state of Michigan. So I wonder who is here. It's the good monster. He's my friendly monster. He helps me with all the boys and girls who come to visit. Oh, will you help me say goodbye to all the boys and girls around the world? Oh, thank you. Boys and girls, reading is fundamental, and I want to thank you again for joining me today for a very special read aloud, and I hope to see you again soon. And bye for now.